Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today's story time, baby. This one had me shook when I read it. This one was sent me via DM by one of my followers. So let's get into it. Now, she specifically told me, please don't use my real name or mention my Instagram. Just tell my story. Okay. And when I tell y'all her journey from being dead broke to a top tier luxury nail tech, this is motivation, but also a lesson in betrayal, struggle, and how the people closest to you don't always want you to win. So grab your snacks, get comfortable, because we are about to get into it. So let's call this lovely lady nail tech Rochelle. Rochelle grew up in Detroit and she had been obsessed with nails since she was a kid. She was that girl always drawing nail designs in her notebooks, practicing on her cousins with those cheap dollar store press-ons, and watching YouTube tutorials for hours. But life doesn't care about your dreams, y'all. Life don't care about your dreams. Bills need to be paid. So after high school, instead of going to nail school, she got stuck in a boring, low-paying office job, filing paperwork, answering phones, and making barely enough to survive. Every day, she sat at that desk, daydreaming about owning her own salon, working with celebrity clients, and being her own boss. And then one day, she snapped. She couldn't take it anymore. She decided right then and there, I'm done. I'm going to be a nail tech full-time, and I don't care what it takes. But there was a problem, y'all. She was broke. Like paycheck to paycheck, $3 in your gas tank, do I pay my light bill or eat today kind of broke. But she was determined to make this dream happen, so she did the unthinkable. She sold everything. Her couch, gone. Her TV, gone. Her car, she sold that too. Anything that wasn't nail related was out the door. She used the money to sign up for a nail tech course, buy just enough products to get started, and a small fold-out table to work on. She was all in. There ain't no plan B. At first, she was hyped. She just knew that clients were going to start rolling in. But reality slapped her right in the face because, all the nail techs know it don't work like that. Nobody was booking her. Nobody knew her name. And when did she get clients? They wanted discounts, complained about her pricing, or ghosted her completely. It's a no for me. Things got so bad that she lost her apartment and had to crash on her friend's couch. She was literally working out of a dark, cluttered kitchen using one ring light and a tiny fan for ventilation. Then came the lowest point. One night, Rochelle was down to her last $10. $10! She had to decide buy groceries for the week, which in today's economy, she would be real messed up, or buy one more bottle of acrylic to keep doing nails. And y'all, she chose the acrylic. She told herself, if I can just get one more client, I can flip this money and eat later. She was that determined, okay? Now, Rochelle had this one friend. Let's call her Tasha. Tasha was also a nail tech, but she had been doing it longer and had an established clientele base. At first, Rochelle thought, okay, this is perfect. She can help me out, maybe put me on or give me advice. But baby, Tasha was not a real friend. Instead of helping, she would say stuff like, not everyone's cut out for this, girl. Maybe you should go back to your office job. If clients aren't booking you, maybe your work isn't just that good. You know what, actually, I can see where she's trying to help Rochelle with this, but Tasha could have done that a little bit better. So Rochelle ignored it, but then she found out Tasha was going around spreading lies about her. She was telling people Rochelle was unprofessional. Her work was trash, and she was another wannabe nail tech who was just gonna fail. Oh my gosh. And guess how Rochelle found out? One of Tasha's own clients told her. And in that moment, Rochelle was crushed. Her heart dropped into her stomach, her hands started shaking. She sat there, staring at the message from the client who had just spilled the tea. Tasha, the girl she trusted, the girl she looked up to. Rochelle had already lost everything. Her apartment, her car, her savings, and now she realized her own friend was out here plotting against her? Oh no. She could have just ignored it. She could have just sat in her pain, but no. Not this time. She needed answers. So Rochelle grabbed her phone, grabbed her keys, and stormed out the door. She pulled up to Tasha's salon unannounced. The second she walked in, Tasha saw her and immediately rolled her eyes. She had some idea why Rochelle was there. Rochelle, she didn't waste no time. She marched straight up to the station where Tasha was filling a client's nails and said, "So this is what we do now? We tear each other down?" Tasha looked up, fake confused or something, said, "What are you talking about?" "Oh, don't play dumb, Tasha. I know you've been talking about me. Saying my work is trash? Telling people I'm unprofessional? Why?" Tasha scoffed, sat back in her chair and said, "Girl, nobody's worried about you." But her voice was shaky. Rochelle could tell she was lying. She took a deep breath, trying to keep her voice steady, but the anger was boiling over. "I came to you as a friend. I looked up to you. I asked you for advice because I thought you wanted me to win. But all this time, you've been trying to make sure I fail." Tasha didn't say anything. She just kept buffing the client's nails, avoiding eye contact. "Why, Tasha? Why?" Rochelle's voice cracked. Finally, Tasha smirked and said, "Because you were never supposed to get this far." Silence. The words hit Rochelle like a brick. Tasha had never been her friend. She had been waiting for Rochelle to fail. She had been hoping Rochelle would quit. And in that moment, Rochelle realized something. Tasha wasn't better than her. She was scared of her because Rochelle had talent, Rochelle had drive, and Rochelle had potential to be bigger than Tasha ever was. And Tasha knew it. Rochelle didn't even argue after that. She just stood there for a second, staring at the girl who was supposed to be her friend, feeling nothing but disgust. But then she smiled. Not because she was happy, but because she knew, in that moment, that Tasha had already lost. Rochelle leaned in and whispered, "Watch me win." Then she turned around, walked out of that salon, and never looked back. Because from that moment on, it was up. And see, y'all, like, in my opinion, I do think that things like this, I think some higher being is looking out for her. Because why is everything plotting against her? Nope. I personally wouldn't give up because that would just be my sign to keep on going. She could have given up right then, but instead, you know what? She got angry, and y'all know what they say. A woman with nothing to lose is the most dangerous kind. Rochelle took all that anger and turned it into fuel. She studied harder, took every online class she could, and practiced nonstop. She invested in marketing, started making fire Instagram content, and posting her work every single day. And then one of her videos went viral. It was just a simple before and after set she did, but something about it just blew up. Overnight, she got thousands of followers. The same people who ignored her, now they were begging for an appointment. And Tasha, she was real quiet now. In my opinion, good. Within a year, Rochelle went from struggling to being booked out in weeks in advance. She had enough money to open her own nail studio, and today, she owns 2 high-end salons with a celebrity clientele list, and she made it. So y'all, this story is clearly a testimony that you gotta hit rock bottom before you rise to the top. Rochelle could have quit 1,000 times, but she kept going. Now look at her. And to all my nail techs out there, don't give up. Stay consistent, keep learning, and never let a hater tell you what you can't do. Alright, if you love this story, like, comment, and subscribe because I got more crazy nails tech stories coming soon. Wait. So I was scrolling through my DMs on Instagram, and guess what? Listen to this, okay? This has something to do with the story. You ever watch someone try so hard to tear someone else down only for it to backfire? That's exactly what happened with Tasha and Rochelle. I knew them both. I worked alongside them, and I watched this whole thing unfold in real time. When Rochelle first started, she wasn't doing great. She was struggling. She had nothing to her name, barely making ends meet. People liked her, sure, but she was just there. Then one day, she decided to get into nails, okay? I don't know why, I don't know how, and at first, no one thought much of it. She was quiet, always watching, always learning. She didn't talk a big game, she just worked. And before anyone knew it, she was good, like really, really good. Clients started requesting her, people were talking about her work. Even some of Tasha's clients were getting curious. That's when things changed. Tasha had been doing nails way longer than Rochelle. She had her own clientele, her reputation, and her status at the salon. She thought she had nothing to worry about until she did. Because suddenly, Rochelle wasn't just some new nail tech, she was competition. Tasha didn't take it well. She started acting different. She'd roll her eyes whenever Rochelle's name was mentioned. Hey, I would like Rochelle to do my nails. That type of thing. Just simple, just everyday stuff. If clients complimented Rochelle's work, she'd make little comments like, yeah, but did you see how long she takes? That's why I stick to my own techniques. And behind the scenes, she was actively sabotaging Rochelle when she wasn't around, like on lunch break or her day off. She'd tell people Rochelle wasn't sanitary. She'd claim Rochelle was stealing ideas from other techs, such as her. She'd even spread rumors that Rochelle was unprofessional and made clients uncomfortable. And for a while, it worked. Rochelle started losing bookings. Clients were hesitating. You can see it in her face. She was trying to stay strong, but she felt it. And I think that's when Tasha really thought she had won, until she didn't. One day, Rochelle walked into the salon different. Something in the air told me today was different. She didn't look defeated anymore. She looked determined. She locked eyes with Tasha, walked right up to her and said, "So this is what we do? Tear each other down?" Tasha played dumb. "What are you talking about?" But Rochelle wasn't buying it. "I know it was you. I know you've been spreading lies about me." Tasha smirked. "Because you were never supposed to get this far." And then Rochelle smiled, not out of happiness, not even out of anger. She smiled because she knew, and everyone knew, that she had already won. And before she walked away, she leaned in and whispered, "Watch me." The same old thing that still stays in my head to this day. I know Tasha's eaten her words and all the actions that she's done. She did exactly what she said. Rochelle's thriving. She owns 2 salons now. She has a wait list of loyal clients who refuse to go anywhere else. Meanwhile, Tasha is still stuck in the same place. Same salon, same chair, same bitterness. People don't even bring up Rochelle's name around her anymore because everyone knows what she did. And the worst part, Rochelle actually liked Tasha in the beginning. She looked up to her and she respected her. And Tasha threw all of that away because she couldn't stand seeing someone else win. If you're wondering if Tasha ever changed, she didn't. She's still working at the same salon, still pretending like she doesn't care about Rochelle, but everyone knows the truth. She checks Rochelle's Instagram more than anyone, even though Rochelle has blocked her. She sees every post, every success, every milestone, and deep down, she knows the only person she truly sabotaged was herself. And that's tough because I have to go get mimosas with Rochelle tomorrow at 11 a.m. Whoa, isn't that crazy? What are the odds? Right when I was expecting to find an update to the whole thing, it was in my inbox the whole time. Ain't that nice? Well, I hope that Tasha finds some healing, and good for Rochelle. Like, it's well deserved, because if you put in the work, you will definitely get far. I don't know who this third person is, because it seems like it's under a spam account, but well, I guess it's cool that you get to go with Rochelle to get some mimosas tomorrow. Well, when this was posted, tomorrow after that. Well, so y'all, this story is clearly a testimony that you gotta hit rock bottom before you rise to the top. Rochelle could have quit 1,000 times, but she kept going. Now look at her. And to all my nail techs out there, don't give up. Stay consistent, keep learning, and never let a hater tell you what you can't do. Alright, if you love this story, like, comment, and subscribe, because I got more crazy nails tech stories coming soon. I post Storytime Saturdays every Saturday at 7. What would y'all have done in Rochelle's situation? Let me know in the comments. See y'all in the next video. Bye.